Hello and welcome to the Plant Revolution webinar. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's amazing to have you on here and from all over the world. Super exciting. My name is Jessie Reimers and I'm your host this evening. I am going to share my screen as I do have a PowerPoint prepared for you tonight. Let me just admit. So screen is now sharing. Play from start. All right. Hopefully I can set this up in a way that's not quite so intrusive so you guys can see. All right. So tonight I'm going to be sharing about how to build a business from home with the power of plants. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. So a little bit more about my story. That is me on the left there. These are both photos of me, obviously. But this one on the left is when I had just started doTERRA, using doTERRA essential oils and building a doTERRA business over 8 years ago now. So that was the first doTERRA convention that I attended. So they're like the annual gathering in Australia. And I had just achieved the rank of silver, which is one of the first leadership ranks in doTERRA, where you're starting to earn like a side stream of income around $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And so I had just seen my name pop up on the screen and I was going down to collect the award or the trophy for achieving that rank. And as you can see from my body language, I'm very like unsure of myself. I was very anxious, overwhelmed, uncomfortable to be there. That's my son Dominic, who's with me. It was overwhelming. It was weird. It was new. At that stage in my life, I didn't know a lot of people. I was pretty isolated, and I had really significant challenges in terms of my physical health. I had a lot of gut health problems, significant challenges with my skin. I was reacting to most foods that I was eating. At one stage, I could only eat 10 foods without my tongue swelling up in my mouth and my lips swelling up. I was developing an autoimmune condition at the very young age. I was only 23 back then. I had cysts on my ovaries that would rupture and end up in hospital a lot. I was hospitalized 6 times in 2011. And I kept going to different doctors and specialists, and a lot of those people said, food has nothing to do with your symptoms, take antidepressants and sleeping pills. And that was really not helping me. So I started doing my own research. I started studying natural medicine and trying to work out how to heal my gut, how to heal my body, and how to actually take care of myself. Because at that stage in my life, even before, this is before doTERRA, like 2-3 years before doTERRA, I really didn't know anything about nutrition. I was eating Weet-Bix and microwave food and 2-minute noodles and Maccas and like a typical like teenage late 20s diet, which was horrific for my health, obviously. So I started studying natural medicine and researching online ways to heal my gut and heal my health. And I came across the Weston A. Price Foundation and, started learning about eating actual real foods, eating from nose to tail. I started doing affirmations and yoga and really starting to take care of myself and slowly healing my body. And I started a little blog called getafreshstart.com.au and started sharing my health and healing journey on social media as well. I didn't have a huge following, but I just started sharing what I was learning because I wanted other people to have access to information that wasn't like the food pyramid that was created by Kellogg's and, corrupt sources of information that were trying to sell grains and seed oil and just crap that makes us more sick and more inflamed. So a woman that followed my blog sent some samples of essential oils to me, and she sent me DigestZen, which is now known as Zengest in our country in Australia, the On Guard Immune Blend, and Balance, the Grounding Blend. And I really didn't understand how to use essential oils at that time. I didn't know much about them at all. And I was very sensitive to smells. I don't like synthetic perfumes or air fresheners. I really react to them. They give me an instant headache, make me nauseous, etc. So I kind of put them on the shelf, not knowing what to do with them. And then my son Dominic, who's in that picture with me, he was 4 at the time, came home from kidney one day and he was vomiting and he had diarrhea at the same time. And I kind of put on Facebook, like, is there anything I can do to support him before I take him up to the hospital? And the woman that shared the essential oils with me said, get the Digest blend and dilute it in some coconut oil and give your son a clockwise stomach massage. So I did that, and also she said put a drop of that in water and just have him have little sips. And within 10 minutes, he'd stop vomiting and shitting at the same time, and the color had come back in his face. And yeah, he went to bed and slept through the night and woke up the next morning and he was fine. So I was pretty amazed at that. At this stage, or around this time, I had also been diagnosed with autism, high functioning Asperger's, or ASD1. And I was experiencing like regular panic attacks, like 3 panic attacks a week kind of situation, very highly anxious. Yeah, just really, I really struggled to leave the house, right? And it was quite horrific how intense my anxiety and my mental health symptoms were. So I started using the Balanced Grounding Blend on the soles of my feet, on my wrists, on the back of my neck, down my spine, and I started using the On Guard Immune Blend to support my immune system. And I was amazed at the immediate and effective change. I didn't realize when you use pure plants that are either steam distilled or cold pressed rather than synthetic essential oils, the incredible medicinal benefits that that has and how deeply that can support you physically, emotionally, energetically. So the woman that shared with me then shared, hey, Jessie, there's a business opportunity involved in this as well, if you're interested in that. And at that time, my older son was 4, but also my youngest son, Ned, was 6 months old, and he was a breastfed little baby. I was at home. I wasn't actually able to work at that time because I was so unwell with the intense autoimmune and gut health and panic attacks and everything that I was experiencing. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm in. And I just started sharing on social media with a little small following that I had. And I started running workshops on my back patio at my home in Coopers Plains at the time. We had a tiny back patio. It wasn't an ideal workshop space, but I just made it work. And I just wanted to share about the incredible benefits of plants in the form of essential oils and how deeply healing and transformative they can be for people. So I just started doing that, and then I would help other people that wanted to share do that. And I was able to create a 6-figure business in 11 months from the date that I got my first little kit of essential oils. I was making between $8,000 and $12,000, 11 months into opening my business, and less than 2.5 years into my business, making $60,000 to $90,000 months, pure profit months. The revenue in my business was between 15 and 22 million. 2.5 years in, and I'd gone from Centrelink to those kinds of numbers. So this photo here on the right, where I'm smiling and looking at the camera, that's a photo of me in Salt Lake City achieving the award for Presidential Diamond, which is the top rank in doTERRA. Where you're making 7 figures and beyond. So as you can see, my whole look has changed. I just have this look of joy and radiance and magnetism, and I'm much more expressive and clearly far more confident in my body. So doTERRA has really changed every facet of my life. And what I love about doTERRA and about building a business with doTERRA is that it allows you to bring hope to people. So when I started, I really, really lacked hope in my life in terms of my financial outlook for me and my children, my mental health, my physical health, and also just how isolated I was and didn't really have beautiful people in my life, encouraging, loving, believing, and supporting me. And so doTERRA has changed all of that. And I want to mention that right now, actually, because one of my brand new builders who's just joined me in the last, I think week, really, he ordered essential oils a couple of months ago, but has just decided in the last week to build a big business with me. His name's Reese. He's on this call right now. He offered to FaceTime me earlier tonight just to hype me up before this call. So he's one of my new leaders, but the symbiotic relationship of working together. And I always say this, I learn as much from the people in my team as they do from me. Actually, I feel like I've learned a lot more. Reese is someone who deeply inspires me in the way he writes, in the way he shows up, in the way we just recently we were at a music festival together and just had essential oils in our bum bags and in our bags, and we're sharing peppermint beadlets on the dance floor, and putting frankincense on and breathing that in and using balance and peace to support our emotions and come back to ourselves, and just like having the most fun and crushing it together. And that's, I feel like that's such a fun and beautiful way to do business. Like I see so many other people in business, and they kind of do struggle on their own. Like they're out there, you know, trying to build a coaching business or whatever they're doing, which is amazing. I know so many beautiful, amazing coaches, but it can get quite lonely. Whereas in this business, we really get to crush it together and do it together, and like, yeah, be a team and uplift and encourage and believe in and support each other and take responsibility for, you know, our business is our own and we have to do the work if we want to succeed and get anywhere. It's not, you know, if you come on my team, I'm not going to drag you to the top or build it for you. You have to show up and do the work. But we are here to encourage, uplift, support, you know, cheerlead along the way, and give you powerful training, resources, tools, and support to help you thrive. But it's still up to you to do the thriving, to do the work. So I've got to move this again. It's in my way. So I just wanted to share, there's quite literally never been a better time in history to build a residual income from the comfort of your own home in the wellness industry with products people need and are prioritizing that support people physically, emotionally, and energetically and spiritually as well. So, you know, we've had a hectic couple of years, and I think people really have realized how important health is, and not just physical health, but that emotional, energetic support. And like I said before, you get to bring hope to people. What a beautiful gift that is, to be able to bring hope in the form of plants and in the form of financial freedom and community. And you get to bring certainty to people. Like Reese and I, when we interact with people, we have this level of certainty. Like we have deep belief in the power of the plants because we've had incredibly powerful experiences where we feel so supported. Like I could see the light bulbs really turning on for Reese when he was experiencing. Actually, Reese, do you want to share like just what your experience is with peace, for example? Just gonna ask to unmute you. Hopefully that'll work.
Yeah, that's working. Can everybody hear me?
I can. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so it was at the festival that I really like had a deep experience with peace. And there was definitely a lot of energies in the festival and a lot of different people, and it was sort of hard to feel centered, feel confident. And it was actually when we left the festival, came back to ourselves and really like connected with peace, that I was able to like find that center again. And yeah, I really deepened my relationship with essential oils in general that weekend, like actually just like using them, integrating them. And I've been using them every day since. And yeah, honestly, it really helped me like keep that feeling of centeredness and confidence, and like I'm able to love myself and go out into the world and um, yeah, not feel discombobulated and self-conscious. That's probably the biggest piece for me. Just like that self-conscious piece and anxiety is definitely something that I struggle with. So yeah, it's been life-changing to really feel that support.
So beautiful. Peace has been such a deep one for me in the last, I think it wasn't even a thing when I first started doTERRA. So it came in maybe 3 years into my doTERRA journey. And it has been one that has just so deeply supported me emotionally when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm feeling anxious, when I'm like up here, kind of not fully in my body, to be able to put that on my heart, put it on my wrist, breathe it in, and just come back to center. I've got it here tonight. I always use it when I'm presenting to help keep me in my center and keep me in my body. It's just amazing. So thank you for sharing your experience with it too, Reese. I really appreciate hearing your experience.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
and so thanks. And you get to bring people plant magic like I've been talking about. It's so fun. Like it gets to be fun. It gets to be easy. It gets to be like people are just magnetized to this. When I'm sharing, when Reese is sharing, when I see other people sharing essential oils, like people are like, "Oh, what are you doing? What's that smell?" Like, "Oh, can I try that? What's going on?" And they want to be a part of it. Like it really does get to be fun. And you get to show people a way they can still earn an income from home, build their own dreams, and thrive right now. It's amazing. So I just want to dive in a little bit actually about the essential oils before I dive into a bit more about the business opportunity and how that works. So you have choices. We've got the modern approach, which is typically to manage symptoms. Pharmaceuticals are made from isolated synthetic agents, and there's side effects, both known and unknown. Generally, when you buy drugs, there's a massive list of side effects, and some of them are pretty intense. So, 6.5 trillion a year is spent on global healthcare, and I just ask the question: are we healthier? It's a lot about covering up symptoms instead of dealing with the root cause. And obviously, modern medicine can absolutely be life-saving and necessary. There are so many incredible advancements. If I cut my arm off accidentally, I would not just slap some essential oils on and hope for the best. I would go to the emergency room and be so grateful for life-saving emergency care and incredibly gifted surgeons. However, when it comes to like long-term preventative health and actually being a vital, healthy human, I don't turn to mainstream medicine for that. I don't think they nail it at all. They have their gifts and they have their areas where they're not so gifted. So, but then we look at a holistic approach where we're actually addressing the body's needs. It's extracted from plants and it enhances our overall health and well-being, and we can actually support the root cause. So essential oils are highly effective. They're sourced from nature. They're naturally derived aromatic compounds extracted and distilled from plants for health benefits. And they contain hundreds of different complex compounds that are versatile and have the ability to combat threats without building up resistance. Now, this is really, really cool. So the plant's natural defense mechanism is the essential oils. Plants create essential oils to protect from threats in their own environment, such as mold, fungus, virus, bacteria, etc. And they can also support us to do that, which is incredible. So you can see here, there's this little diagram of a cell in your body, and there's threats on the outside of the cell, but there's also threats on the inside of the cell. Now, essential oils are lipid soluble, so they can penetrate the cell membrane and actually work on threats inside the cell, which is incredible. There's very few things in mainstream medicine that can do that. And essential oils are incredibly potent. So, for example, 28 cups of peppermint tea is equal to 1 drop of peppermint essential oil. So you don't need a lot. You need very little to have an amazing effect. So yeah, they're highly effective. They're affordable, and you've got them in your cupboard. You can be like your own apothecary and have your own apothecary and be utilizing these essential oils to support yourself in so many ways. And then when we come to the conversation about quality is so important. So most essential oils in the market, we look at this pie graph, the gray area, most essential oils are synthetic. Then there are some food grade, and then you've got doTERRA, which have their own incredible grade of essential oils. So you can really use them therapeutically. They're tested and trusted. All of their plants are harvested in their natural habitat. So they don't try and get a plant and then just grow it all in America or all in Australia. They get things where they naturally thrive. And why this is so amazing is you have such a different quality and vibration of plant when it grows where it thrives. For example, we get our lemon and bergamot essential oils, which are our citrus oils, from Italy. Now, these Italian farmers have been growing these lemon and bergamot trees for generation upon generation upon generation. They are passionate about this. They understand the soil, the sun, the climate. These trees thrive in this area. Lavender grows in France. Vetiver is from Haiti. Frankincense is from Oman, Somalia, and other parts of northern Africa. We've got cardamom from Guatemala. We have tea tree and eucalyptus and lemon myrtle and lemon eucalyptus and a few other ones from here in Australia, because those are Australian natives. That's where they grow. We have Manuka and Douglas fir in New Zealand. So we're growing things where they thrive globally, and we're creating cooperatives and partnerships with these growers on the ground. So of the 40 countries around the world where we grow our essential oils, or where our growers, I should say, the farmers and growers grow the essential oils, over 20 of those are developing countries. And so we're going in, creating partnerships with these people on the ground, making sure people are paid on time, above award. And then also our philanthropic arm of doTERRA, the Healing Hands Foundation, where 100% of proceeds goes to the places and people in need, instead of a huge cut going to like the CEO, for example, which is unfortunately the situation with most charities. So then we work on the ground to get things like medical supplies and schooling and fresh running water. And when I was in Kenya for a doTERRA service trip, we were helping the community build a community center where we could educate about sustainable farming. And there was a massive microloan movement so that we could help and support businesses to thrive there. We worked with Days for Girls, which teaches women about their period, because in Kenya, their period is not taught to them. It's like this shunned taboo thing, so they wouldn't know what's happening when they start bleeding. And they also didn't have access to tampons and pads or sanitary products at all. So they would miss a week of school every month, or miss a week of work, which you can imagine has a significant compounding effect on these girls and women's lives. So with doTERRA as well, it's not a thing where they go and dump some money and piss off. It's like working on the ground with the community, with the people. So we had women from the local community who had been educated and working with Days for Girls, teaching girls and women about their period, removing the shame and the taboo, and then dropped in like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these hygiene packs, which were reusable, clip-in like pads, which are washable as well, which lasts for 4 to 7 years. So it come with soap, underwear, and the whole clip-in pad thing, so they can wash it, hang it up on the line, and they don't need to miss school and work for a week a month. Like life-changing stuff. Yeah, so when you buy essential oils, you're benefiting the communities that grow them. You're benefiting a stay-at-home business. You're benefiting yourself because you get the benefits of the plants, and then you're benefiting other people as well when you share those with other people. So it really is a win-win-win situation. It's amazing. All right, so how do we use doTERRA essential oils? You can use them aromatically, and you can use them in a diffuser. There's a couple of ways to use them aromatically. A diffuser vibrates the water molecules and creates this cool steam mist. So it's not like an oil burner. There's no fire hazard. It's safe around kids, and it doesn't heat and damage the essential oil. And so then you can breathe it in that way, or you can just rub it in your hands and breathe it in. And I'll explain how that works in the brain in a minute, actually. So aromatically, topically, you can add to a carrier oil or doTERRA moisturizer. I love the Yarrow Pom body serum. It's amazing. You can add a drop or two to the bottom of your feet. And when you apply anything to your skin, it will enter your bloodstream and work, like I said before, both on the outside of your cells and on the inside of your cells. So it's amazing. For example, you could apply our Ice Blue Muscle Recovery Blend before and after exercise. You could use it for a deep tissue massage, and it's really soothing and calming to your muscles. And then also, because our essential oils are beyond food grade, we have loads of them that can be used in food or in smoothies. I love making rose and black pepper chocolate from scratch. You can make wild orange Jaffa Slice, peppermint bliss balls, use them in your smoothies. It says here, add a drop or two of lemon to water or tea. Yeah, there's so many different incredible ways that you can use essential oils. So when you smell an essential oil, this is how it works. Did you know that your sense of smell is your fastest track down memory lane? When you smell something, it enters the olfactory system and then the limbic system, which is the emotional center of your brain. Depending on which essential oils or blends you choose to use, you can powerfully shift your emotions. So has anyone had an experience here of when they smell something, it immediately taking them back to a memory in their life? Like some people, if they smell home-baked bread, it reminds them of their grandmother, for example. For me, whenever I smell mango juice, I'm reminded of when I lived in India when I was a kid. For 6 months, my dad would always get me mango juice poppers when we were out and about. So whenever I smell mango juice, I'm transported to that memory. So when you smell things, you can also anchor in a powerful emotion or experience in your body. A good one to do this with is if anyone's here studying or trying to learn something, rosemary actually helps increase your memory retention significantly, something like 75%. So you can smell rosemary when you're learning something and then take it into like an exam or a situation where you need to recall that information and smell rosemary again, and it will significantly help your memory recall. So different essential oils or different plants have different effects on emotions. All of your citrus oils are very uplifting and joyful. So we have some blends like Motivate, the encouraging blend, and Cheer, the uplifting blend. lemon, bergamot, wild orange, grapefruit, green mandarin, etc. They're all going to have a very uplifting, joyful benefit. Then it comes to spices. You're really creating that like passion and excitement and creativity, and shifting emotions like being disinterested and bored. So spices like cinnamon, black pepper, yeah, they spice things up. And then you've got your herbs and grasses. Passion, our inspiring blend, is a beautiful one for. It's a blend of herbs and grasses and spices. So your herbs and grasses are going to help you with feeling like bitter and angry and like those kind of heavier, more dense emotions. And the forgive blend is amazing for that. It's really highly effective. Whether you're working on forgiveness of self or working on forgiveness of others, it's really beautiful. And then you've got your tree oils like frankincense, arbor vitae, cedar wood. Arbor vitae is a big Native American red cedar. Cedar wood essential oil. Yeah, all of your beautiful tree oils. Like Balance, our grounding blend has a lot of tree oils in it. And these are really deeply grounding. They'll help ground you back into the earth, back into your body. And they can help support with like grief and sadness. For example, Console is a beautiful blend of trees and florals. Then you've got your floral essential oils, which are going to be beautifully supportive of your heart, of your emotions. They're like a beautiful, warm embrace. So Peace is a beautiful blend of floral essential oils. Rose is really good for opening the heart. You've got ylang ylang, oil of the inner child, jasmine, magnolia, neroli, all of these beautiful floral essential oils support with those emotions. And then your mint essential oils help with clarity and focus and presence, and they can also help with feeling less anxious, insecure, and apathetic. So yeah, it's really fun to understand a bit more of the breakdown of how different oils affect different emotions. All right, so we're going to move on now to more about the business opportunity. So it's good to understand where you are at the moment. Are you hauling buckets? Are you trading hours for dollars? Is there a limit on advancement and earnings with what you're currently doing? Is there a limit on time, freedom? And are you building someone else's dream? So just take a second to have a little check-in about where you're at. Or are you building a pipeline? Are you creating true, lasting residual income where you have no limits on advancement and earnings, where you have the freedom to choose your schedule and build your dreams? So most like jobs, most day jobs or night jobs or whatever kind of jobs, you are going to be trading hours for dollars, and there is a limit on how much money you can make, and most of the time you are building someone else's dream, and there definitely is limited freedom in that. I have chosen to build a pipeline, a residual income with doTERRA, and there is no limit on advancement and earnings for me. Like once you build to the top rank presidential diamond, which I did, I can then open a new account, and I've built that second account up to diamond. I can keep building to presidential diamond with as many different accounts as I want to. So that is completely unlimited earnings available to me. I have total freedom to choose my schedule. This morning, my day looked like getting up, having a nice breakfast. I had an acai smoothie with a friend, Chanel, who has also just decided to join me in building her doTERRA business. I then had a private yoga session in my home. I then went and did a bit of grocery shopping. I then cooked dinner with my partner, and I did a bit of work in the middle of the day too, between catching up with Chanel and my private yoga. I did maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of work, just like following up with people that are interested, inviting people to this webinar tonight, doing some social media content, finalizing a welcome email, a couple of hours of work, cooked dinner with my partner, chilled out for a bit, and now I'm on this webinar. So I really like all of my days I get to craft in a way that lights me up, that still has me taking proactive action in my business, but also like taking care of my nervous system and supporting myself. Obviously, for people that are brand new, like Reese is still working his full-time job. He's only just started his doTERRA business. And so there's a period of time, like I've built full financial freedom now, so I can do what I want. There's a period of time where you might be working doing what you're currently doing while you're building up your doTERRA business. And then maybe he cuts back his hours or starts to work a part-time job, continue to build that up, and then the job falls away and he's creating a six-figure and beyond business with doTERRA and has complete freedom, because Reese is also an artist, so he wants to be able to paint and express and hula hoop and, you know, travel around Australia and the world with me, going to music festivals and doing plant fun things and slaying. So that is the plan. You know, it's a fun plan. I like the plan. I'm here for the plan. So why partner with doTERRA? They are effective. They're the most trusted. They're the most tested. This is an old thing. It says over 4.5 million customers. I think we're at well over 10 million now. They are the largest essential oil company in the world, and they have record-breaking retention. Now, this is a really important thing to understand. There's 65% record-breaking retention. So what retention is when most people join a direct selling business and they buy some products, on average, globally, 6 to 12% of those people will continue to reorder the product. So that means that most of the time you've got to hustle and get more customers all the time forever, right? Because only 6 to 12% of people continue to reorder. With doTERRA, we have record-breaking retention. 65 and up to even 85% and beyond people, when they open an account with doTERRA, continue to order the products. Why is that? That's because the products are amazing. For me, when I started using Claricalm and I stopped having ovarian cysts and really intense times with my bleed, I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe I should go back to that, having ovarian cysts and a really intense time in my bleed. Like, no, I'm having powerful, incredible results with essential oils. I used to have horrific nightmares and a lot of trouble sleeping. I started using vetiver and cedarwood to help me sleep, and juniper berry, which is the oil of the night, to stop with the nightmares and night terrors. I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe I should go back to having nightmares. That was fun. I start replacing all of my cleaning products with the natural, non-toxic doTERRA products. I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe I should buy stuff that's petrochemical dyed with coal tar from the supermarket again. Like, no, I'm good. I want the natural version. I want the version that supports the planet, supports my kids, supports my health, is safe, is effective, is beautiful. So whether there was a business opportunity or not, I would continue to buy doTERRA essential oils and products because they are amazing. They're pure, they're potent, they're effective, and they're highly supportive. So most direct selling companies lead with a business opportunity. The product sales depend on that opportunity, and they're really selling an opportunity with the products as an afterthought. Whereas doTERRA, they lead with incredible, powerful products, and the products sell regardless of the opportunity. So doTERRA's growth, they're a $1 billion company in 7 years, which is massive. And this is all through wellness advocates like me, by the way. That's how they did this, through word of mouth, people sharing essential oils in homes, people sharing essential oils in one-on-one catch-ups, people sharing essential oils online. They did this all through people. They're a $1 billion company in 7 years. This is Apple's growth here, this black line, and this is doTERRA. Massive, 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 massive growth. They're the largest essential oil company in the world, and it's optimal timing for opportunity. 120 markets are open worldwide. So this is amazing for you guys. This is very exciting. I know there's some people from different parts of the world on this call. For me, I live in Australia. I also have a team in New Zealand because I've traveled over to New Zealand several times to start building that team. And I also had people in my team who had contacts in New Zealand. So they started building their business in New Zealand. I also have a significant amount of people in the UK in my team. I've got a team in Cyprus, France, and Ireland taking off. I want to support Levi, who's on this call tonight. He is also brand new to doTERRA. Hi, Levi. He's a friend of Reese's. He's going to be in Reese's team, which is very exciting. And he has heaps of contacts in Japan because his family had hundreds of people from Japan come and stay with him over the years. So that's very exciting. I've wanted to work in Japan for many years now. This has been like a vision goal of mine for 3 or 4 years. I love Japanese culture, Japanese food. I've never been there and I want to go there. Why not make it a business trip? So I'm going to support Levi to open his business in Japan and start working with some of these contacts, see if we can get some essential oils, natural products in with these people. Super exciting. So my point here is you've got a global business opportunity here. You can take this on the road. You can travel. We've just opened up in India. We're open up in China, Taiwan, Korea, Singapore. We are open in Japan. There's a head office there. We're open in Canada, US, all over Europe, like massive opportunity globally. And we haven't even scratched the surface for like essential oils in people's homes. Here in Australia, it's around 1.5% of households have a doTERRA account. 1.5%, massive opportunity for growth. We are part of the trillion-dollar wellness industry. Like, people more and more are wanting natural options that don't damage the environment or their health. And we're led by a diverse team of business, marketing, and healthcare professionals with 150 plus years of combined industry experience. This photo here of these people, Dr. Hill, Rob Young, Corey, Emily Wright, Mark, David Sterling, CEO, and Greg Cook. They are amazing people. I've spent a lot of time with them because I've been on the top leader trips and at different conferences and leadership events with these guys. I've never met business people that give so many shits about people on the ground, about the growers, about the wellness advocates. They have so much time and are so deeply present. Like, I've been at events where the event will finish and they will stay for hours after the event and stand up the front and answer each person's question and take time with every single person. They have such beautiful big hearts. And the cool thing is they didn't take out, they're debt free, and they didn't take any outside interest or funding to create this big business. They brought it to fruition in the global financial crisis, and they put everything they had on the line. They didn't get paid for 2 years, and they actually did have a meeting with big investors in New York, and they had investors interested. And then they got in the cab to go home, and they were like, we just can't do it. We don't want to have to, cut corners and worry about shareholders. We want the purity and the potency to be number one, and we want it to be about the essential oils and about healing and making a difference. So they chose to put their homes on the line, their families on the line, and not get paid for 2 years so that they could actually do this the way they wanted to. And they're entirely debt-free, which is freaking amazing. And I've already spoken a little bit about the sourcing. So if you want to learn more about our compact sourcing and how we impact the growers and farmers globally, check out source2you.com and you can dive into some of the sourcing stories. It's amazing. So what's really cool is as you grow your pipeline, other lives are lifted. Every purchase changes growers' lives and their communities for the better. Entire regions and cultures are impacted because you share health and hope. Interestingly, in 2020, which was obviously a hectic year for most businesses, the growing of doTERRA plants around the world skyrocketed, and we actually increased jobs worldwide by hundreds of thousands, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands globally. Growers were able to keep getting work and keep getting paid on time, fair wages through that period of time, which is epic. So I wanted to share a little bit about what is possible to earn in doTERRA. So Elite is the first rank in doTERRA, and how it works is it works on monthly volume in a single calendar month. So to get to the rank of Elite, you want to have 3,000 PV, which is point value. We can go into all of this at a later date for those of you that are interested in starting a doTERRA business. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. I'm going to do a different training on this, but basically it's 3,000 point value worth of sales in a single calendar month. Now that can be your order, people in your business ordering, people bringing people into the business, people you've brought in, people placing their monthly loyalty rewards order, any combination of new enrollments, monthly orders, people in your business placing an order in a single calendar month. It really is extremely achievable for anyone. There's thousands of people in my team that have achieved this. I achieved this in, I think, less than a month when I started, but I was showing up. Like, I wanted to not be poor and not live the circumstances I was living anymore. So I absolutely sent it. But it's up to you how much time you choose to invest, how much energy you choose to invest. So then you're earning around $4,000 a year, or like a few $100s a month. So all your oils and products are for free. The next rank is Premier, where you have 2 executive legs and you're earning around $6,000 to $9,000 per annum. Next rank is Silver, and everything kind of duplicates. So the first rank is Elite. To get to Silver, you help 3 different people achieve that rank of elite, which is highly, highly achievable. And then you're earning at entry level around $15,000 a year up to $26,000 a year. So you've got a little side stream of income to really support yourself with. Gold, you're helping 3 people achieve the rank of Premier. Entry level, you're earning around 45,000 K up to, on average, $57,000 a year. Now, really, you've replaced an average full-time income there, and that is, again, highly, highly achievable. I've helped many people get to that level in my time in doTERRA. Platinum, again, you're just duplicating. You're helping 3 people achieve the rank of silver, so they've helped their 3 people achieve the rank of elite. Now, then you're earning entry level 72,000 up to 112,000 and beyond on average a year. Diamond, just helping 4 people achieve silver. They've helped 3 people achieve that initial rank of elite, and you're earning anywhere from 100 to 200,000 and beyond at that rank. So you're 6-figure income, well and truly. Blue Diamond, you help 5 people achieve gold, earning from $260,000 to $450,000 a year. Presidential Diamond, you're helping 6 people achieve platinum and earning on average around between like 900K to 1.32 million and beyond. I know people in doTERRA that are earning $350,000 plus a month profit. So it's pretty wild. Like the numbers just blow me away. So it took me 2 years and 4 months to achieve Presidential Diamond from the date that I opened my first kit. I sent it hard, like I did the work, but anything is possible. I've helped more than 18 people so far achieve Diamond. I've got several Blue Diamonds in my team. Yeah, I'm working with people to get to 7 figures and beyond. So it's super exciting. The more people that I can help thrive and create financial freedom, the better. For me, achieving Presidential Diamond was super amazing, right? Like I no longer poor. I get to drive in a car that actually gets from A to B. I get to live in a beautiful home. I get to take amazing holidays. I don't have financial stress in my life anymore. I get to give back to causes I'm passionate about. It's friggin' amazing. But what lights me up the most is when I help other people achieve those goals in their own life. For me, I look forward to the most when we have gala events, when we have celebration events, and people that I've mentored and supported and taught how to do this are walking down the lavender carpet with confetti, and they're all dressed up and they're receiving their award for having achieved something incredible in their business. And they come to the end of the carpet and I'm there and I give them a big hug, and they're crying and they're so grateful to me for believing in and encouraging and supporting them and teaching them how to build a doTERRA business, because it's changed their life. They've been able to leave jobs they hate. They have financial freedom. I have people in my business that are traveling around Australia in a caravan with their kids, which they just wouldn't have been able to do without building a doTERRA business. So it's really cool. I love it so much. I'm excited for new people on this call that are going to join and then achieve incredible things, and I'll be able to celebrate and support you on that journey. So how do you build a doTERRA business? It's really important that you lead with you. People are buying you because they can buy doTERRA from, a range of other people, but it's about who you are that will really magnetize people to want to build with you. So share your experiences of the oils, share about the business opportunity, but most importantly, like, you are the vibe. They're really buying you. The doTERRA opportunity means you get incentivized to create community, which is freaking awesome. People will be attracted to your vibe, to the kind of culture you create, to the level of certainty and belief you bring, and to, mostly, number one, to the way you make them feel, to how you listen to and meet their pain points, and the way you believe in and encourage them to follow their dreams. So that's really what it's all about. It's it's a vibe, how you make people feel. Like, I was thinking about what are other ways that we can share essential oils with people, and I've had experiences like this one time. This is a funny story. I was trying to pick up a vacuum cleaner from like a big Westfield supermarket. I hate those places, by the way. Like, I have autism, so they give me severe anxiety. And I roll into the Westfield, and this woman had parked her car like diagonally across 2 car parks. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was already irritated, right? I was in a bad mood because I had to go to the Westfield and get this vacuum cleaner. And I get out of my car, like I managed to find another park. I parked a couple up from her. I get out of my car and she was crying hysterically. And she didn't speak a lot of English either. And so I was like, all right, cool. I can I can be a person that supports a human that's going through a situation right now. Lean into this, even though I was experiencing my own anxiety about being at the Westfield. So I was like, hey, what's going on? And she said that her car battery had died, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to like call RACQ or anything like that. And she was also just like really anxious and really heightened emotionally. And so I got out some balance and some peace, and I was like, all right, cool, we can deal with all of that, but like, let's come back into our bodies and take some breaths. So I asked her if it was okay with her if I put some oils on her wrists, and just stood there and held her hands and breathed the oils in and took a couple of breaths in the car park so that she could like come back to center and calm down. And then we were able to call her husband, and he was still at work, and there was a whole thing. And so I ended up just being like, all right, your husband can help you with this at a later time. Let's just put you in a cab. She didn't have enough money for the cab, so I just paid for her to get a cab so she can go home and chill, and they can figure it out later. But just like her feeling held and supported in that moment, I gave her my number and she texted me later about how much that meant to her. So yeah, it's cool. You get to really support humans. I've had lots of experiences like that where I've been at a music festival, for example, and I've gone to the water station to fill up my drink bottle, and there was a woman there crying, really overwhelmed. And so I just asked her, hey, is it okay if I put some oils on you and we just take a few breaths? And so I did that. She came back to her body, like slowed her breathing. And the next day she saw me at the festival and came up to me and she was like, hey, I don't know what you did, but thank you. That was amazing. And then I just get people on social media and stay connected. And then some of those people want to buy oils. And it's not about like having this desperation or this like attachment to people wanting essential oils or wanting to be a part of my business. It's just this trust that as I share and who I am, some people will naturally want to be a part of that. Yeah, and it really works. So, like I said, develop genuine relationships and be of service. This is Reese and I at Island Vibe Festival the other week, or this is actually at Brown Lake, but on Stratty. And that's who we are. That's what we do. We develop genuine relationships with people. We're having fun. We're meeting people. We're saying hi. We're dancing with people. We're passing around peppermint beadlets, which are a little peppermint essential oil in a seaweed capsule. And we're just magnetic. We are a vibe. People want to be a part of the vibe. So here is some testimonials. This is Jane on the left here. She's amazing. She is freaking awesome. She lives down south, further south in Australia, somewhere in New South Wales. And she's also a hypnotherapist, and she's really passionate about tapping emotional freedom technique. So I'm actually going to be doing a call with her for my team in the next week, where she's going to share a beautiful hypnosis to support us with having like the belief system and the subconscious support to really attract who we want into our doTERRA business and powerfully move forward. And she's a powerful leader that I brought into my business. So she says, taking a chance at building a business with Jessie has been one of the most life-changing decisions I have made to date. What I thought was going to be a small hobby has turned into the most transformational and joyous journey, helping thousands and earning real money. Being able to pull on all of the resources, training, and support Jessie offers has been such a huge part of success. Don't think about it, just do it. So she's a platinum leader, average income 112,000. That photo was taken at convention a few years ago. And that other woman on the right, that's Hayley Weesey. She's also a blue diamond leader in my business, another absolute powerhouse. This is Jackie. She is a blue diamond leader in my team. She is amazing. She was a health nurse at Gwingana Health Retreat, which is just down the road from me in Talabudra Valley. Has worked on some of the top health retreats in the country. She is incredible. She's an amazing leader and just continues to show up consistently and powerfully, just getting essential oils in everyday people's hands. So she says, Jessie, powerhouse, a wise visionary of service, of integrity, supportive, collaborative, and deeply committed to being and inspiring your best to help you create your dreams. Jessie, you without a doubt are the greatest teacher I have walked with in my professional career. Your honesty, your work ethic, and your deep, unwavering belief in us all has inspired all to rise, believe, and grab our dreams. I thank you, and my team thanks you. Jackie R's Blue Diamond, average income 260 to 450,000. So, if you are not yet in doTERRA and are not sure how to get started with doTERRA essential oils, it's super easy. Grab one of our wholesale starter packs or pay the $35 membership fee and customize your order. So, and by the way, guys, if someone else invited you to this webinar that wasn't me, please go back to them and work with them to help you get your kit or your custom order, so you end up in the right team. Yeah, that's how it works. You go back to the person that invited you along. So the Home Essentials kit, this is our most popular kit. It comes with our 10 most popular oils and blends, plus the carrier oil and diffuser. It's $339. This is Australian, New Zealand prices, guys, by the way. If you're somewhere global, you can just send me an email or a message, or email or message the person that introduced you, and I'll send you the relevant prices for your country. Or you can just look up like doTERRA Singapore or doTERRA Sweden or whatever, doTERRA Sweden kits or doTERRA Sweden full price list, and you'll find the relevant prices for your market. So you save over $100 with this kit. It's an amazing option to get started with. Then we've got some different ones in Australia, the Bedtime Bliss Wellness Box, the Family Essentials Starter Kit, which is little 5 ml bottles instead of 15 mils. You save $31 and it's $184. Those ones run out so quickly. So if you can, I would definitely go the Home Essentials. It's just much more cost effective and you get a lot more value for money. You've got your emotional aromatherapy kit. And like I said, you can pay the $35 and do a custom order. But if you get one of the starter kits, it waives the $35 membership fee. You get significant savings below wholesale prices. So it's just the smartest, best way to buy is getting a kit for sure. But if you have specific things you want, we can always work with that and do a custom order too. Just want to support you with the best option for you. So if you're ready to order, you can text what you want, or if you don't know what you want and you want to have a chat with me about it, like if you have specific things you want to support physically, emotionally, energetically, you can text me with your full name, postal address, date of birth, email, phone, and card details, or you can email me, which if you've signed up to this webinar, you will have my email. You can just respond to that. It's jessrems@gmail.com. You will have probably seen that I've been advertising that I'm looking for 12 people who want to earn 6 figures and beyond in the next 6 months to 2 years. Reese has said yes to being one of those people. Levi's excited to be one of those people. I've only got a handful of spots left, and applications are closing for that at 10 p.m. tonight. So if you do want to be a part of that, then send me an email so that we can get you started, because like we're doing launch training now. This next batch of leaders, we're leading out, we're about to start launch training, everything is happening. So get on board, get your kit, and yeah, I'm just really excited for this new wave of epic growth. It gets to be fun, it gets to be powerful, we get to bring hope, we get to be who we are and lead from our heart, have integrity, and bring joy and hope and healing to people's lives. So yeah, that is my presentation. Yeah, thank you so much. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to put it in the chat box. Otherwise, I appreciate every single one of you for coming on here and being a part of this tonight. Does anyone have any questions? I'm gonna stop sharing as well so you can see my face. I'm also going to stop recording. Thank you so much, guys. I'll stop recording and then you can ask me questions if you want.